I cannot see my computer screen. Good morning. Hello. My name is Sasha with Ray of Hope, Reiki, and more. This is my calm voice. There is no calm in this spirit. Okay. That'll probably be my, you know how like in the stories it'll show, like the bleep a little part. Don't come all the way in here because you don't have pants on. Go over there to where the blue iPad is and I'll get it for you. I know where it is. Thanks for your help though. Here you go. Here. You have to come back and get it. Let's choose one of these. This is my favorite, the rainbow sherbet. And I was saving the rainbow sherbet for a special day, and this is the day. Don't drink these. They're really bad for your heart and your health. Oh, that was probably really loud. If you had headphones on, I'm sorry. What a beautiful, beautiful day. What a beautiful day. It's just been so amazing. The positivity. Okay. I don't really have my thoughts together. I woke up at 2. I could not go back to sleep. So being like a parent to a child with autism is very difficult. Like, they don't technically do like the autism, like the levels, or they said they're getting away from the levels in some areas and stuff. So Connor is level 3 or moderate to severe autism. So I never thought at any point would he be able to communicate as much as he is now, or that he would be able to tell me what is wrong. Like a lot of the times, like my anxiety is like, oh my gosh, if my kid gets like appendicitis or something, like how would I know? How would I know as a mom? Like, just think about your mom guilt and your mom fears, and then think about if your kid can't tell you what's going on with them. There's a lot of fear on top of fear for that for me. But Tuesdays were closed because Connor has a ton of therapy, so I went and picked him up, and his teacher was talking about how he said he needed a doctor, he was sick or something. Well, I decided he's never done that, so I decided, well, that might be a sign. What was our spiritual message this week? To listen to our kids, to listen to the people in our house, so that you won't miss something, right? You don't want to miss anything. So I was like, okay. So I called Troy because I'm like the worst finding numbers. So I always have to like, I think STS is in my phone, but then he has Elise in a message or whatever for food therapy. So I was like, I called Troy in the parking lot while I was getting Connor in, and he did seem kind of whiny and not feeling good. And he was saying his head and he was kind of crying. And because I asked, what hurts? Does Connor's head hurt? Does Connor's throat hurt? Does Connor's chest hurt? Does Connor's belly hurt? And I was like pointing at things to try to see if I could get him to tell me what was hurting. And he said his head hurt. Well, Troy gets like headaches all the time. I get headaches all the time. Kids get headaches, I would say, pretty frequently, but maybe like it's good to note that. Like, I'm glad he was able to tell me. So we came home after school instead of doing therapies, and he seemed to be doing better after I gave him ibuprofen yesterday. I was like, this will be fine. I think around when the ibuprofen would be wearing off, Connor got like really sad and started crying again and asking for a doctor again. And I was like, that's it. You gotta tell me, you do gotta tell me twice, but you're not going to tell me a third time. You're not going to tell me a third time being like a nonverbal autistic person asking for a doctor. Like, you're making me panic. Is there something I'm missing? Like, what's going on with Connor? And so, there's an urgent care right by our house, which I really do love them, because it's convenient and it's like 5 minutes away, and Connor likes the place. It's right next to the dollar store. It's never busy. They have all of Connor's records because Connor's been going to Bingham since he was a baby. But we get in there and I was like, I'm sure that he has a headache because he probably has a virus. Like, school is in session. Like, we're just getting back into the swing of things. And I took him in there and he was like, okay, I don't feel anything. Like, he's not super tender in his belly. Like, I'm not seeing anything. And he's like, the one ear looks fine. And when he checked the other ear, he was like, ooh, there's something wrong with that side. And he said it kind of looked like so he was telling me his head hurt on one side. And so I have an otoscope and I looked at it myself and I was like, nah, just earwax. I don't really think that you have an ear infection. But I didn't look at the other side. Well, the other side has this like bright red looking something in it. And it kind of, to the urgent care person, kind of looked like a fruit snack or something, he said. And so he tried for a little bit, but he didn't really have the best of supplies to do anything ear-wise. Like, I'm like, do you have a syringe and an IV catheter so that I can try to flush this at home then? Because I don't have ear wash stuff. And he was like, well, maybe. And then he's like, I would just try doing this at home so that we don't traumatize him here, and blah, blah, blah. Just encouraging me to try to get this out of Connor's ear, which this is horrible advice. But I didn't see it in the moment because, like, your nurse logic doesn't kick in because you're like, clean it at home. Like, obviously I'm a nurse. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, I've cleaned millions of ears before, and try to get the piece out at home yourself. Like, he didn't even have like tweezers that have the light, which I don't know, if you're an urgent care, you should, I mean, you can order tweezers with lights on Amazon. Like, get your crap together, please, sir. So, but I still do like that urgent care. But that was his advice. And because the first thing, I was like surprised and shocked at the doctor's office for them to be like, oh, there's something stuck in his ear. I was like, can we not? Like, Cutler broke his arm this summer, and then Cutler burned himself on Troy's motorcycle, and then Cutler shoved a Q-tip down his ear and hurt himself. And then you're telling me that something's in Connor's ear? And I'm like, so I ordered some stuff on Amazon last night because I was like, it would be good to have ear washing stuff anyways, and like ear wax removal stuff anyways. So I ordered it, and I don't know if I told you guys, but remember that we're supposed to be having vivid dreams. There's supposed to be a lot in dream work. You're supposed to ask for advice from your spirit team. Like, I challenged you in the Wild New Hope page to record your dreams for the next 3 days and see what kind of insight you get from your spirit guides, and then to come report back to let us know. And then I would do like a mini message for you, just so that it could prove that you can do dream work. Anybody can do dream work. Well, I woke up at 2 a.m. last night and I just was panicking. And the thought that I just kept repeating in my head was, you cannot take care of this. He needs to see somebody else. Like, you cannot take care of this. So then I'm like up at 2 a.m. and I'm trying like not to stress, and I'm worried about his ear and his eardrum and what's going on in there. And I called a ENT's office this morning, and they got us in at 9. And when they looked in it, they thought that Connor's ear had trauma, and that maybe he like shoved something in his ear and then it formed a blister, and that like, could you imagine if I had tried to pull that red piece out of his ear and it was a freaking blister? The anxiety that gives me. And then they recommended some drops and that they would see us back in like 10 days to see if it gets better, and if not, we would do further investigation. But there's an example of asking for spiritual advice and then getting it, but it did give me more anxiety until I got it checked out. And now I still have tons of anxiety because I'm like, what the F is wrong with Connor's ear? And like, did he shove a pencil in it is what he was asking me. Did he shove like a pencil in it? And a lot of people or children, not just autistic children, but children in general will like self-harm when they get frustrated and stuff. But Connor does, like, he'll hit his head with his hand if he gets frustrated at himself, or frustrated if we're trying to discipline his brother. Like, so I don't know, did he get frustrated at school and try to shove something in his ear? Did he do it while he was at therapies? Did he do it while I was watching him? Like, I will have no clue what he did. And then if it's a foreign body, like it could still be a foreign body. So I'm supposed to watch to see if the ear gets stinky, or like, I don't know. Raising kids is the most difficult thing. And I feel like I'm always going to the doctor with them. This month, though, it's about our health, right? We're highlighting health and healing. And then this week was about listening. So because I listened to Connor, I took him to the doctor for his headache, and they found something in his ear. And now I'm getting that taken care of. If I hadn't listened, so if your kids or somebody is saying they don't feel good, like, this week is the week to listen to your family. That's my example of the listening. And then my example of the getting the spiritual guidance while I was sleeping was being woken up and having that clear cognizance where I just knew I could not touch it myself. Like, even though I have all that stuff coming today, my spirit team was like, don't you dare touch it. And then I was like, what am I going to do then? So I was thinking I was going to take him to the ER, but I didn't want to do that either because the ER can be so abrasive. So I'm glad it worked out for the best. Anyways, let's get into the spiritual message of the day. That's what I'm doing today. So if we're still open from 10 to 7, if you want to come do crystal shopping, just know that Connor is here and he is loud. And if you're shopping crystals, he wants to see what you're shopping. He wants to see what you're shopping for. Today is September 10th. Let's see what this says. You've already survived. This is funny. You've already survived the hard part. Today is for reclaiming ease. Let go of the idea that life must always be a struggle. Ease doesn't mean laziness. It means alignment. Physically loosen something. Your shoulders, your jaw. Emotionally forgive yourself. Spiritually welcome grace. So, you've already survived the hard part. And then let's see what this one says. This one almost makes me laugh because you deserve it. This goes hand in hand. You deserve to smile. You deserve to laugh. You deserve to love. You deserve to experience happiness. You deserve all the goodness that the world has to offer. This reminds me of talking to somebody and just how they said that they were being judged for being more on this holistic path, and that it was giving them a lot of anxiety. And it will give you a lot of anxiety if you choose to do something different and you have a lot of people that are judgmental around you. And at some point you have to set that boundary. If those people aren't willing to accept and be kind, then maybe those aren't your people anymore, and maybe you need to move forward. And by doing that, I guarantee that you'll have less anxiety and you'll be able to focus better, and you'll be like, holy crap, where did all this energy come from? Because you're not trying to hide anymore, and you're not trying to please somebody and mask and whatever. I just don't have time for that anymore. I really don't. I wanted to make some sort of a post or a video that's like just talking about don't talk about religion, but talking about religious people, because being more on this holistic path, doing sound healing, we did that ritual prayer, which we lit a candle and we put people's names in a box, that we wanted to have health and healing and mental health highlighted and just sending positive energy to them all month. But there are a lot of religious people in our area who will look at that and say, oh my gosh, you guys are opening doors to demonic pathways, and you guys are witches, healers. We're literally just holistic healers. And I don't know, it just discourages people. Like, and all we did was pray for people to have peace, love, and light and healing. Like, we in no way sent demons to anybody's area. So I wanted to do like a TikTok or something that's like, it talks about like, you can only be friends with the people we want you to be friends with. You can only practice healing in the way we want you to practice healing. You can only be involved with people that pray the same. Like, I wanted to do that and like pretend like it was me at first, like saying all those things, and then be psyched, that's religious people. Because I have never been so judged except for by people who go to church. And I don't care how you pray, like, or how you practice your religion. So why do you care how I do it? And why do you say what I'm doing is wrong? Because I can turn around and say that taking the sacrament or the blood of Christ is a blood ritual. Like, that's more Wiccan than what I did by lighting a candle and praying that people had health and healing. Like, I don't understand. Make it make sense, because I don't understand it. Anyways, that is the spiritual message of today. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. We are open from 10 to 5 tomorrow if you wanted to come shop crystals. We do have a crystal live sale on Friday morning. We will not have one Friday evening because we are doing the sound bath with tuning forks healing. So Crystal will be taking the tuning forks, and because this month is all about connecting our mind and our heart back together, she's going to highlight those two chakras. So the crown chakra, even like the third eye, crown, third eye, heart, or if it's just crown, heart, but she's trying to connect those back together. Excuse me. So that your mind can be on the same page as your heart, and your heart can be on the same page as your mind. Because sometimes like our mind wants us to do something differently, and sometimes our heart wants us to do something differently. But if they came together, then maybe we can make the best decision for our highest good. Is that all we have this week? I think that's all we have this week. What do we have next week? Sorry, guys. You're not on the stand I normally use. More events. Next week, okay, Monday is our early morning meditation. We are going to talk about humility. That is what Spirit wanted me to highlight. So we do journal prompts for that. And I wanted to change the topic so many times because when I channeled the message, it was like a deep conversation about like maybe something we've done wrong or whatnot. But that's what Spirit wants us to highlight, so we're going to do it. We have the sound bath on the 18th, which is a Thursday next week. So if you can't come to the one this week on Friday with the tuning forks, there is one next Thursday at 7 p.m. and that has Danielle doing her energy work. And then we have the Crystal Live sale. And then, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, we have the triple readings night. So you get 3 readings for the price of 1. So it's $30 to get a reading from me, from Ray of Hope, Reiki and More, from Danielle from Southern Wild Healing, and from Crystal from New Beginnings Energy Healing. So we usually all try to pull something different or try to go into something different, but a lot of the times your spiritual messages end up being really cohesive and together in what you need to know for your highest good. It's really cool because honestly, like, our readings are $35 and above, and you're getting 3 of us for $30, and it's an in-person one. We do have options to do the online one, so we'll send you the message through Messenger, your reading. So if you're not local, we're able to give you that still as the deal. And that is on Saturday, and it's like an open house concept. So you come anywhere from 4 to 8, stand in line, and you don't really stand in line. I have chairs, and then you rotate through the 3 tables. So we take 3 at a time. If you come and nobody's there, you get right in. I feel like Crystal last time was talking about how she wanted to do not a reading. She wanted to do like an energy scan or a crystal scan. I'll have to talk to her about that and see if she's still wanting to do that. Because at one of them, I did a chakra scan on people, and then the other 2 did readings. But it's nice to have, like, we kind of break it up sometimes. But anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. I'm going to chill with Connor for a little bit more and de-stress and try not to worry about his stinking ear, and continue to listen to my family in this household, because we are not the problem this week. Our family is the problem. The people in our house are the problem, and they need us to be actively listening. It's interesting that it's Connor's ear. I wish he hadn't done that, but that's okay. Stuff happens. I will, if you guys need me, message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Bye.